Hello and what is going on YouTube, it's Runescape here and welcome to episode 2 of making 1 billion in Runescape 3. We're going to do some different things this episode, so instead of doing Slayer we're going to try and mix it up. I want to be making a spiritual mages guide, so we're going to be tracking the loot that we make from that and counting it to this. We're going to do a little bit of bossing, I think I'm going to do some next and Rise of the Six, so if you want to see that, stick around, hopefully we get lucky. We're also going to change the way that we do this, because 1 billion isn't that much on RS3, we're going to just show you the loot tab at the end of every video so that you guys can follow the progress that we're making. And then hopefully in the future when we have some bigger series with some bigger goals, then we can play about with the idea of not showing you the loot at the end of every episode to add a bit of suspense to the series. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Let's get on with this episode anyways. Right, so let's just jump in with this. I haven't PVM'd in over 2 months. I've been addicted to Dead by Daylight lately, so I've been playing a lot of that. But I'm going to get into some next. I haven't done this in so long, so it's going to be pretty rusty. I am pretty good at Nex. For those of you that are wondering, I've actually already completed the log here at Nex, and I've got 2,500 kills. Unfortunately, I've already got really lucky when it comes to Torva. I've had 6 Torva plates, 5 Torva helms, 2 legs, and that's all since the log came out. I had about 1,000 kills before the logs even got tracked, so we ain't going to be getting too lucky with Torva. Hopefully, you never know. Let's see how it goes. No way, we got a Torva full helm on like our 4th kill of the trip. That's like 60 mil somehow. This literally used to be like no more than 10 mil. That's insane how that's so much. I legit went a full hour without dying, and then at the very end, I died. Unfortunately, I'd already used my sign. That's the only issue of having an Eldritch here and camping Soul Split. You do get absolutely bullied by the mage hits, especially on the last phase. So that was a pretty good hour, over 65 mil I want to say, and on top of that a Torva full helm looks sick in the loot tab, so can't complain. Like I said before I drop this out, I want to make sure I have my spiritual mages guide all ready to upload, so I'm going to go jump in and do some testing there and see how much we can make. Okay, so I've just finished up making my spiritual mages guide. Well, tell a lie, this is the next day, but I just want to show you guys the loot that we received from that. I'm not going to lie, the results are amazing. Like, we're talking 53.4 mil from just under 5 hours of AFK in Spiritual Mages. If you were to do this at Spiritual Warriors, you're going to make nowhere near this much. Capsari, you will make this, if not more. But the big thing is with Capsarius is if the key prices crash, you're not going to make that much in the future. And it really depends on range being the best style in the game to maintain its value. Whereas with this, everyone's going to be using soul runes because you need vuln bombs to be efficient at any boss in the game. So nearly 10,000 soul runes in less than 5 hours. Absolutely incredible for any account out there, especially Iron Man, as I've mentioned in my guide. If you haven't checked that out, I'd recommend checking it out, and you can make tons of money just AFKing. Like, if you want to find something to AFK while you're at work, Spiritual Mages are the way to go. And if you ain't got them, you can always jump into the Slayer Dungeons FC. Or you can go into this FC and just simply ask if anyone has any available rooms for Spiritual Mages or Capsaris, whatever you want to do. And then if they do, you simply hop to their world, add them, and join their instance, and then just AFK away. Obviously, if you want to be optimal, get your own souls so you don't have to depend on anyone. But man, 53.3 mil, like if you were to pick up just the Serenic Scales and leave the talismans, the soul runes, and let the spring cleaner just do its work, you're still going to be making 45 mil, so you ain't really being punished for being completely AFK here either. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing these. You're going to make a ton of money, and I'm probably going to do these even more in the future when editing videos and whatnot. Also, there's been a lot of requests to make Slayer personalized dungeon like videos, and we currently have 2 on the channel. We have a Capsarius guide and a Spiritual Mages. We're going to keep delving into like the possibilities that you can add to your player-owned dungeon to make profit, complete logs and whatnot. Like, there's loads of things you can have, and on the channel I want to get out as many as we can so that you guys have a portfolio to just kind of pick at, so you know where you're at and what you want to do. But yeah, I'm thinking of going to do some Barrows Rise of the Six with the boys. It's only going to be a nice chill hour, but hopefully we make some decent money there. Like, you're always going to be making minimum 30 mil. Like, if you're on a decent team, you'll make upwards of 40, 45 mil. But like I said, it's just going to be a chill hour for fun with the boys, so let's see how that goes. For those of you unfamiliar with Barrows Rise of the Six, it's a 4-man boss. You can duo, trio or solo it, but it is a boss designed for 4 people, where you fight against all 6 of the Barrows brothers at the same time, and they all have their own unique special attacks. Unfortunately, nowadays, you basically just nuke all of them using chins and a dark bow in your Essence of Finality, making it extremely lucrative with relatively low effort. And for me, because you're constantly like escaping a tunnel and coming back in, I find it a lot more fun than say bosses like Solak. Mainly due to the fact that it's basically you and your team just racing in and out of a tunnel endlessly. Like, that's not everyone's cup of tea, but I do really enjoy it. I find that this is the boss where my hours go the fastest. I definitely recommend it for anyone that's quite adept with PvM and wanting to learn the next step up. So, like, if you've learned your Araxor and you want to get into a bit of group bossing, probably learn Barrow's Rise of the Six before taking your stepping stone to harder bosses in the game, such as AOD and Solak. So I've just finished up that hour with the boys, and it was fun. It's always fun. Like, we all have a laugh while doing it. We didn't get too lucky on energies, but we did actually pull a Vengeful Shield, which at the moment is 17.4 mil, which is absolutely crazy. These used to be 3.5 mil when I first started doing the boss, so to see them this high is really nice, and it does like accumulate for a lot of your profit, whereas before you didn't really care about the shields. But either way, let's get into the loot. We got 45.9 mil, and that's only with 52 energies. I believe these may be selling for more. They were at like 500k a few weeks ago, but you can get over 60 energies on average with consistent teams. So we're definitely going to be doing more of this in the future on the channel, and I am 100% going to be making a full in-depth guide teaching you everything you need to know about this boss. So let me know if you want to see that down below. So I decided to do some Ripper Demons, and I thought the best course of action would be to go get the Deathward Relic to reduce the amount of damage I take. So I had to do a little bit of archaeology, get the Aviancy Dreamcoat, and give that to Armadil to get this. This didn't take too long, but it definitely will help me survive. And then I had to make binding contracts, which, I'm not going to lie, these I thought were going to be a lot quicker to make. I was assuming you could make like 20 per invent, but you can make a max of like 12 if you have a full yak full of the resources. Okay, now that we got this, let's load up the preset and go jump it. Of course, nothing wants to load. Like, why does this happen? Why is half of my gear missing? So I'm sure many of you have seen the method on other YouTubers. Basically, you just put your cannon over here by the rail on the floor. You run back to this corner, step one, step forward, put down a combat dummy, and then step back and barrage it. And all of the Ripper Demons are going to come aggro you, while you can just do AoE damage using Ancient Magics, which will heal you as well, and hopefully let you survive. I've heard this is upwards of like 70 million GP an hour, so we're going to test this out and see how it goes. Yeah, so it actually went well. Really well.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Nice. Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Okay, so we obviously don't have good enough gear to do this. No. So I decided to get an upgrade. It was obvious. In order to kill Ripper Demons, I needed exactly 7% more damage. To get 7% more damage, I needed to get Biting 4 Demon Slayer. This meant the Noxious Staff had to go. But at what cost?
Here it comes! I'm done.